Hello Hudson Montessori School. I hope this video update finds you and your families healthy and well. I wanted to provide information on two broad topics, an update on our approach to distance learning and talking about the future, our thoughts for this summer and plans for next school year. First, let me talk about distance learning. Now entering into about our 7th week of distance learning, I am and remain extremely proud of the efforts that our community has put forth to continuing learning for our children. A lot of that effort and a great deal of it is being driven out by our teachers, but you at home are doing a great amount of work as well, and I'm grateful to everyone who is doing that work. In many conversations that I've been having with parents and with teachers, one thing that I'm consistently hearing is there's positive feedback coming in the amount of personalization and purposefulness that we are providing through our distance learning. Something that we really pride ourselves on when we are on campus is continuing on through our distance learning approach. Let me share a few examples. With our youngest children, under 2 years old, in our young children's community, we are providing opportunities for children to see their teachers through sing-alongs and reading books every week, as well as our teachers are available to parents. They're providing them with activities to do at home, and they're also available if parents have questions or concerns to discuss. At Children's House, the personalization continues. In addition to the daily activities that our teachers are planning and providing for students, we've added kindergarten extension opportunities for kindergarten age students, and our teachers have begun doing small video Zoom groups with children of similar age or similar abilities where our teachers are presenting important concepts that are helping them continue to grow and thrive. And then additionally, our teachers are available to do one-on-one meetings with children and their parents every week to sometimes it's just as matter to say hello, but it can also be to discuss what are we doing to support you at home, support the child, support parents. I did want to share a story that a teacher told me last week that also really underscores this personalization. I was talking to a parent of a 3-year-old, and this 3-year-old, they have their Zoom sessions. Think of it like a class meeting on Zoom, and the 3-year-old, as a 3-year-old, where he was developmentally, it just wasn't. He wasn't terribly interested in it, and the parent shared that and just was basically saying, please don't be, worry that we're not on the Zoom calls. It's just not working for this, child. It's nothing critical. But this teacher actually then, they moved on and had a good conversation, but she decided after a call that she made a personalized video for this child. It was about something that was going on specifically at home for that child. So when the child saw this video, that child knew that his teacher was talking to him, and she actually built in questions and time for the child to respond. And this parent was explaining to me that she was playing the video and the child was talking as if it was with her teacher. So and really a great example of the personalization and really the lengths that our teachers are going to really support the children in our program. In addition, at lower elementary, every day there are lessons being provided to students by grade level. And they are in subjects that we would be doing if we were if we were on campus, on topics that we would be doing. I saw last week a lesson on, it was a science lesson talking about the position of the sun and how much bright the sun is and how much warmth it gives depending on where the sun is in the sky or the time of the year. It was really a wonderful way for me to understand that we're not just holding still, we are moving forward. In addition, our lower elementary teachers are meeting weekly with students in a one-on-one format to understand or to verify that they are understanding these new concepts, and then talking about ways that they can extend it or what is interesting to the child that might be an opportunity for them to really individualize their learning. At upper elementary, when we started our campus closure, they were starting a lot of long-term projects. It's a lot of, upper elementary does a lot of long-term projects. Last week, the fourth graders culminated with their biographies research by doing presentations to their peers about the person that they researched. Normally, if we were on campus, they would be in the classroom, and we would go around and learn about who they were, and they would dress up as who they researched. And that actually occurred online. They got dressed up and they did these presentations. Really another great example of purposeful work, research skills, public speaking, all really continuing on in distance learning. And the last one that I want to talk about is middle school. Our oldest students in the school, they decided they wanted to do a newspaper. They decided that they wanted to pick a topic that was timely. They picked how is COVID-19 impacting them and our community. So they've been working on creating a newspaper, writing the stories, laying it out, and we'll be excited to share that with you shortly. In addition, they were studying the legislative branch as part of a government studies unit, and they did a completely distance learning mock Congress where they took the role of a senator. They presented bills on topics like homelessness and hunger. They researched the topics. They held hearings on them. Really tried to figure out solutions to those problems. Really purposeful, personalized work. So in conclusion, I just want to again thank all of us who are collectively driving out this distance learning. I am proud of our efforts. They will continue through the rest of this school year. The other thing that I want to underscore is something I did in my last video update, is that if you observe your child and it looks like they are overwhelmed or the burden of our distance learning approach or just the times is a lot for them, I would encourage you to step back, let them step back, and then reach out to your teacher. Since I passed that along, I have had many conversations with people where they have said it. We've had quick conversations with our teachers, made a nice little adjustment, and worked out great. And then a few that were more substantive, where we said we really need to think about what we're doing, and we are doing that. We're personalizing that approach, and it's worked for those children. So I would encourage you to continue to do that. Related to that, we are continuing parent education in the distance learning format. This Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, we will have an online presentation by Dr. Kristen Bruns. She is a professor at Youngstown State. She's also a parent in our parent-toddler program, and she will be presenting on parenting in a pandemic. And there will be a presentation that she'll make, and then she'll be available for questions. So that information is in today's Week at a Glance that came out at 2 o'clock, and I'd encourage you to tune in. The second topic I want to talk to you about is looking forward. I want to talk to you about plans for this summer and also for next school year. Where I want to begin with is that we are actively scenario planning for both this summer and for next school year. And the reason that we are scenario planning is because we anticipate that our ability to be on campus is going to be impacted to some degree by this situation, but we have not received any guidance from the state of Ohio. In fact, last week when Governor DeWine announced that school was closed through the end of the year, he said, I anticipate that there will be some impact, but I can't tell you what it is right now because it is such a changing scenario. So let me talk a little bit about summer. Tim McQuaid, who operates our summer camp, is daily in contact with those who are operating summer camps in Northeast Ohio, as well as with people who have contacts within the government agencies that will be guiding us. And our hope is to do as much as possible on campus this summer to provide exciting and fun learning opportunities. We don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but know that we are game planning any number of potential scenarios, and you will be made aware of it as soon as we get guidance. Then I also want to talk to you about looking towards next fall. Again, it seems increasingly likely that the beginning of school, or perhaps into the school year, will be impacted by this situation. The difficulty with that is, beyond that, I don't have much specific information, other than we have to continue that scenario building into next school year, and we are actively doing that. Abby Wexler, our Director of Teaching and Learning, and Adam Ladd, our Middle School Director, we are involved in establishing what those potential scenarios are and beginning to say, if that is the scenario, what does distance learning look like? As this school year winds down and our teachers are able to take a step back, catch a breath, and then begin thinking about next year, we will engage them to make sure that whatever situation that we have next year in place, our commitment to our mission, our ability to provide personalized and purposeful work will absolutely continue. I'd also like to talk about the role of the Board of Trustees in this situation. Last week, the board had a meeting and continued its close supervision of this situation that is impacting the school, and established several action steps moving forward, and I'd like to highlight two. First is they established an ad hoc committee that's focused on distance learning. This committee's main charge is to make sure that our approach to distance learning is consistent with our mission at Hudson Montessori School, and that we have the resources to do it well. Additionally, the Finance Committee is also working on this situation and considering the financial impact that it will have, not just on Hudson Montessori School, but the families that make up Hudson Montessori School. And so it is assessing the program that we offer, the tuition that we set for providing that program, as well as making sure that the expenses of the school are in line moving forward. My commitment to you is to keep you posted on details that impact Hudson Montessori School and this in regards to this situation. I've been providing you updates, it seems about every 2 weeks, and I will be keeping to that cadence for the near-term future. And what I will say is that if something comes up before that and it is important for me to get you that information, I will absolutely do so. I also want to encourage you that if you would like to speak with me individually to discuss your thoughts on this update or other thoughts or concerns that you might have, please do reach out to me. The best way to do that is to reach out to me on email, mvirgil@hudsonmontessori.org, and I will be reaching out to you to set up a time when we can talk on the phone or set up a video conference. Again, thank you for your cooperation and your support. I hope that you and your family are well and had an enjoyable weekend and have a great week coming forward. Thank you very much. Take care.